Hey, my Love Island USA fans. Yes, I know the season is over, and you know I like to keep you guys updated, and I have an update for you guys, and pretty informative to say the least. And what is it about? None other than Mike Stark and that whole drama at that recoupling coming from Casa with Sarah Hyland, and we're going to talk about it. Welcome back to Romance Review TV. It's Lady T. I have an update video for you guys. And without any further ado, let's go ahead and jump into this. So, if you guys remember in that recoupling ceremony where people were coming out of Casa Amor, Mike Stark was on the chopping block. He was the one that was also coupled up with Hannah O. And then there was the whole scenario with Keenan and KK where KK decided to go home. And we heard Sarah Hyland asking her, "Are you sure this is what you want to do?" And then all of a sudden, we heard Mike Stark call out Sarah Hyland for being disrespectful. And so, of course, that sparked a lot of controversy. Well, he did a video with none other than Emily because there was a little beef between the two of them. And if you check out this particular video where they did a truth or drink, they actually squashed this whole thing because I think she went on after the island and she didn't have a lot of good things to say about Mike on that particular podcast, but they have since then squashed whatever little beef they had, and they talk about it actually in this Truth or Drink video. And if you want to go check it out, I'll leave the link down in the description because it's about an hour and 20 minutes long, so you can check out everything they had to talk about. But the one interesting thing I wanted to kind of react to on this video is what he had to say with the controversy behind that whole situation at the recoupling after Casa Amor with Sarah Hyland and him calling her disrespectful. So I'm going to let you check this out, hear what he has to say, and we'll be back.
Let you do your thing most of the time.
Okay. Why did Mike get butthurt when Sarah Hyland was making sure KK wanted to leave?
Okay. We're hopping into the Sarah Hyland controversy right now.
Might as well.
Okay.
Because I'm like actually dying to know. I don't know anything about it.
All right, yeah, because you weren't there, right? You already went home at that point.
Yeah, you sent me home.
We'll talk about that. Okay, so let me explain the controversy that went down between Sarah Hyland and myself. You know what? Do I want to put this in this video or should I make a different video about it?
Just lightly touch on it and then
Okay.
allude to another video.
I'll lightly touch on this one and then I'll probably post a video about it in a day or two. Basically, I'll give you guys a brief, hint of what happened with the Sarah Hyland situation. I'll make a fully detailed video on this probably tomorrow. I also touched on this in my podcast with After the Island. I don't think the episode's up yet, so...
It is.
It is? My episode? Okay, so...
It's on Instagram.
Okay, so that's pretty much what happened. But it wasn't so much what she was saying. I obviously understand she's getting paid to literally ask us questions the same way we're obviously being paid to be on a TV show. Like, she's there for a reason, we're there for a reason. So that's why I didn't feel like it was any issue for me to speak up. But I didn't have a problem with what she was saying. It just was the way how she was saying it. And also, like, when they edit the series up, I'm sure they only put in one of the times she asked it. She asked the question multiple times, so it wasn't very much so what she was saying. It just was like the toning and the inflection, and then the repeated asking after, my friend had already clarified that she was okay with her decision. She understood the repercussions, and she wanted us to stand by and be supportive. And if someone makes a choice, I'm the type of guy who just, I'm like, hey, have you thought about it? They say yes. I don't question it, I'm like, okay. If that's your choice, I stand by it. So that's what I was doing when I spoke up. I was simply just standing by KK. And also, I guess, in a way, defending Keenan, but it was more so about just respecting KK's choice.
Was it awkward? It seemed really awkward.
Not for me at all. So I don't really get embarrassed easily, so that situation, personally, for me, wasn't awkward at all. I just feel like, if I want to stand up for my friend, I'm going to stand up for my friend. I don't think they aired it either, but they did say, like, hey, Mike, thank you for, like, saying that, because that's the way they felt as well, obviously. I guess they just maybe weren't comfortable with voicing it.
Was there like a resolution with you guys? Did you talk to her specifically about it, or is it just like after that?
No, so I did issue Sarah Hyland an apology. I definitely didn't want her to feel like I thought she was disrespectful. I just thought the way that the question was worded and the amount of times it was repeated after an answer was given, it just felt disrespectful. My exact words were, it sounded mad disrespectful, because it did, Like just where I'm from, where I'm raised, if somebody makes a choice, you have to, you know what I'm saying, you can question them, but you just have to stand by them at the end of the day, whether you think they're right or wrong, because they're an adult and, you know, you have the freedom to make their own choices. So one time asking the question, you know, great, who cares? But like once it's like over and over and over, and the toning just doesn't sound like very like sincere to me, that's when I, you know, felt like it might be the right time for me to step in and say something. But yeah, everybody thinks she just said something one time, and I just like, Sarah, no, don't ask that question, mad disrespectful. But like, that's not how it went down at all.
They edited it. But also, I saw something that, I don't know if this is true because I've only seen one comment about it, but they're like, her husband said, yeah, F that guy. Talking about you? Is that a thing?
I don't have no clue. I thought me and Sarah Hyland were cool after like the whole incident went down.
That's crazy.
I don't think her husband said anything bad about me.
I've only seen one comment saying it. So
because
it could
here's the thing, like, who am I to them? I'm nobody.
Yeah, I don't think they would like lose sleep over it.
We're from two completely different worlds, you know? We're just not even in each other's niche. So like, at the end of the day, we're all people. It doesn't matter like if you have a billion followers or one follower. You're a person, you know, you deserve to have your voice heard. And at that stage, like, you guys don't realize, they're like, why are you talking to Sarah Hyland, my queen, my everything that way?
Yeah.
Like, you're disrespectful.
You're everything.
Yeah, that's your everything for one, and for two.
To you.
And for two, I'm getting paid to be there, to say how I feel. That's the whole point of reality TV. You know, it's just real. You can say what you want. You know, somebody with my background and my culture, my upbringing, it's just what it is. It just sounded disrespectful to a guy like me. So to anybody else on set, maybe don't have to sound that way to them. But to myself, you know, I don't want to speak for Keenan and KK, but, you know, you guys can get a comment from them if you want. But just personally, it sounded a little bit weird, you know, when you ask somebody kind of multiple times about the same thing they already clarified they were 100% sure on.
So you and Sarah Hyland are good?
Yeah, me and Sarah Hyland have no beef. But everybody wants to drag it and drag it and drag it.
Yeah, they really did. The audience was very upset.
Yeah, the amount of articles about myself and Sarah Hyland.
You know how many people were in my comments like, you called it? And I was like, I know, Mike's a douche.
Yeah, not the best thing for my case, but it is what it is. Water under the bridge.
Okay, so we heard his side of the story, and from the way it sound, of course, as I always been saying since I've had this channel and doing, you know, recaps and updates on reality TV, is that reality TV is not so reality some cases, and we didn't get to see everything that happened in that whole sequence. You guys got to remember, and I think Keenan said that in the other video that I posted a couple days ago, that they have hours, 24 hours for 6 weeks, and we only get to see 45 minutes of each of those days. So we didn't get to see that whole sequence where it looks like, according to Mike, Sarah asked that question not once but multiple times, and that's where we got the whole conversation with him saying that she was being mad disrespectful. I mean, the thing is, I guess according to him, he said just ask it once and let people do what they chose to do. And of course, KK was standing 10 toes down with leaving with Keenan. Nothing was going to stop her, and look like at this point they're still together. They didn't met each other's families. They're making plans to move near each other, and they even been talking about kids and everything else. So hey, KK was going to do what KK wanted to do, and Sarah or anybody else was not going to stop her. However, it does seem like they have now squashed this. According to Mike, both he and Sarah Hyland are good at this point. It's water under the bridge, but he wanted to give an explanation of exactly why he responded the way he did. Now, I'm not saying it was right or wrong either way. I'm just giving you guys the opportunity to, you know, hear what he had to say and, you know, go from there. Because I know you guys are going to have what you want to say in the comment section. And hey, go for it. That's what, you know, I like posting the videos and the content for, so we can get the conversation started down in that comment section. So let me know your thoughts. What do you think about this whole situation and how it all ended and his explanation? Now, I don't know if we've heard anything on Sarah's side. You know, I usually like to hear both sides. I'm very objective over here, but I at least wanted to share what we heard from him so far. And I like the fact that him and Emily squashed the beef that they've had. I'm wondering, are they getting a little close over there? Look like they've been hanging pretty tight. I wouldn't be a bit surprised they start dating. I don't know. It seems like, according to the rest of that video, and again, it's an hour and 20 minutes long. I'll leave the link down in the description if you want to check it out. But it looked like he's still having some contact with Hannah. Oh, but you know, sometimes these relationships that were very kind of on thin ice don't last very long. So we'll see how everything unfolds. And you know, I like to keep you guys updated, so we got to stay tuned. Okay, so let's get the conversation started down in the comment section. What did you think about what was said in this particular video? And, you know, whether or not it was warranted for him to say that was disrespectful after we're learning that she repeated it several times. Because, again, like I said, KK was going to do what KK wanted to do. So let me know your thoughts. So I hope you enjoyed this update video. Stay tuned for other updates and recaps on this channel. And until the next video, like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.